This is AGA Northwest's Mental Visualization and Meditation Balance Beam exercise. Hello, AGA girls. Coach Nicole here. Today we are going to focus on a little bit of meditation, how to calm yourself down, which is super important when you're in competitions or you're hitting a roadblock in your training, and also some visualization to help you while you're unable to get on your events and do your skills. So first things first, I want you to find a very quiet place where you're not going to be bothered. This is optimal to do with some earphones in, so you can drown out the noise, listen to my commands, and also sit in a very comfortable position. So we're going to start in a seated position. What we're going to do is focus on our breath first. So I want you to take your hands, either put them on your knees, put them on your stomach so you can feel the expansion of your belly when you're taking big breaths. And let's get started. We're going to do 4 counts in of a breath, hold for a split second, and then 4 counts out. You're sucking the wind out of the room, blowing it back into the room. Very easy. Do this 8 times. And in 1, 2, 3, 4, hold and blow out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Blow out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Second. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold and blow out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. In. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold and blow out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last time. In. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold and out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Now I want you to roll your shoulders backward, nice and easy. Sometimes the tension can stay in our shoulders and our chest and our back, sometimes in our neck. So do some slow rolls backwards. While taking those big deep breaths. And let your head dangle to the left. Just let it hang, don't force it. And let your head hang to the right. Perfect. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go from head to toes and making parts of our body nice and tight and then releasing it. So right now I want you to focus at your head and your forehead. I want you to lift your eyebrows, hold it for 3 seconds, and then release those muscles. And up. 1, 2, 3, release. And again, up. 1, 2, 3, release. Now we're going to move on to our ears. If you can move your ears, awesome. And lift your ears up. 1, 2, 3, release. And ears up. 1, 2, 3, release. Now we're going to work on our face muscles. I want you to give a big smile. 1, 2, 3, and relax your cheeks. Make sure that you're relaxing that jaw. A lot of times when we get nervous or anxious, we clench our jaw, and that makes everything else really tight. So it's important that our jaw and our face, we have the ability to relax it so we can really take in that air and calm ourselves. Right now, shoulders up. 1, 2, 3, and relax. And our shoulders up. 1, 2, 3, relax. Now I want you to flex your biceps without moving your arms, but just flex them and hold. 1, 2, 3, relax. Again, 1, 2, 3, relax. Now we're going to move on to your hands. I want you to clench your fists as hard as you can. 1, 2, 3, relax them. And again, clench your fists. 1, 2, 3, relax them. From here, we're going to go to our abs and our core. I want you to tighten your belly for 3 seconds. Tighten. 1, 2, 3, relax. Tighten your belly one more time. 1, 2, 3, relax. Now we're going to tighten our bottom, so you squeeze your booty. 1, 2, 3, relax. Again, and 1, 2, 3, relax. Perfect. Now we're going to scrunch our toes and then relax them. And scrunch. 1, 2, 3, relax. And 1, 2, 3, relax. Perfect. Now that we've learned how to relax our body from our head to our toes, we're still working on our breathing through the entire segment. We're going to move on to mental visualization and seeing ourselves actually doing the elements, and we're focusing on the balance beam today. It's really important when we're doing visualization to understand our mind does wander, and that's completely normal. What you want to do once your mind starts wandering is to let it go for a moment and then pull it back in to what you need to focus on. It's completely normal for that to happen. So try not to fight those thoughts. Let them happen and redirect them back. That's going to happen in your gymnastics. You're going to be really focused and something's going to pull you away from your focus. You just have to learn how to pull it back and get back on that track of keeping your goals in your line of sight. So right now, what I want you to do is close your eyes, because visualization starts with allowing that picture to be created in our mind. So you're welcome to turn off the lights and just listen. If you have to take a break, it's quite all right. Just push pause and come back to your sitting spot. Right now, let's close our eyes. Take a big deep breath in and out. One more time, in and out. Okay. Now I want you to visualize the gym. Right now what we are doing is we are standing in the beam area. It's just you, no teammates, no coaches. The lights are dim, and you're standing on an 8-inch mat. You can feel the cushion beneath your feet. Your legs are nice and tight. You're getting ready to mount the beam. So you put your hands on top of the balance beam. You can feel the leather under your hands. It's a combination of being soft and firm. Once you take a big deep breath, blow it out, you're ready to mount the beam. Using all of your arm muscles, you jump and push down on the beam, swinging your leg over to a seated position. After a moment, put your feet underneath you, slowly stand up to a stretch position. The first thing we're going to do is just do forward walks across the beam. We're going to start with our arms, airplane arms in second, feeling our shoulder blades pinching in the back, feeling our chin up, our tummy and our core tight, our bottom squeezed, and our legs nice and engaged. We're going to take 10 steps forward to the end of the beam, and then we're going to pivot. Small steps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now that we've gotten to the end of the beam, you're going to releve, feeling your Achilles, your quads, your calves engaging, your core is tight, you feel your toes pushing into the beam, and you have a crown position. With a nice smooth action, you're going to pivot halfway around so you're facing the other end of the beam. The next pass we're going to be doing is leg kicks. We're going to go forward, starting with our core tight, our chin up, our shoulders back, arms in second position. We're going to kick our legs forward as high as we can. This is a really quick movement while also balancing on our bottom foot, pushing all of our weight through the ball of our foot, keeping our foot straight, not allowing it to turn in or turn out. We're going to do 5 step kicks. Step, kick, step, kick, step, kick, step, kick, step, kick. From here, at the end of the balance beam, we're going to do back kicks, walking backwards. This is going to help us with our split jumps, our split leaps, our handstands, front handsprings, cartwheels, any action where your leg is going to go up and behind you. Taking a step back, we'll brush our leg backwards like we're flinging mud off of our toe towards the end of the beam. Looking at your beam, bottom foot straight, pressed into the beam, arms in second position, our core tight. We're going to take steps backwards and kick our leg back 5 times. Step, kick, step, kick, step, kick, step, kick, step, kick. Excellent. Now we're going to work on turns. I want you to go to the middle of the beam, stand on your favorite foot. For me, that's my left foot. The first thing I need to do is make sure that my foot is straight on the beam. All 5 toes are on the beam. My heel is on the beam. My other foot is in coupe, and it is touching the ankle bone of my left foot. I'm starting with my arms in a prep position, left arm in front, bent. My right arm is out to the side and straight. I'm keeping a long, straight back, a tight core. My chin is up and neutral. I'm looking at the end of the beam. From this position, I'm going to scoop my arms up to crown and wisp my body halfway around for a heel snap turn. Prep position, hold it for 3 seconds. At the end of that 3 seconds, we're going to snap to the turn, looking at the other end of the beam. Hold prep, 1, 2, 3, and snap. Lower the heel and hold the crown position, 1, 2, 3. Step forward and finish. Now we're going to work on going into the full turn. Standing in the middle of the beam, I want you to point your favorite foot out in front of you. The front arm is bent, the side arm is straight, your chin is up, and your body is facing the end of the beam. We're not going to twist ourselves up in order to turn. We need to make sure we're starting in a square position, that your hips, shoulders, belly button, and nose are all pointing to the same direction. Start your prep position. On the count of 3, we're going to wisp our arms up to crown, pull our foot into coupe, and look for the end of the beam once we've circled around 360 degrees. Start in a prep position. 1, 2, 3, and scoop to crown, turn, look at the end of the beam, kick, plie, both knees and finish. Arms go to high V, chin goes up, our back leg is nice and locked out. Great job, girls. From here, we're going to do an English handstand. Of course, the English handstand involves our hands on the top of the beam. They look like butterflies where our thumbs are touching and our other 8 fingers are going down the sides of the beam. It's important that our nose is pointing to our hands. We can see our hands, as well as balancing our weight using our fingers to transition that weight front to back. Starting in the middle of the beam, point out your favorite foot in front of you, standing on your other leg. I want your arms reaching up to the sky as high as they can go in a high V position. Even though you're going into the handstand, your chin needs to stay up. Taking a large step forward as if you're stepping over a river. Bend your front knee and get your chest down to your leg. Your arms should stay in high V position as you slowly lower yourself to the beam. As your hands touch the beam in the butterfly shape, you're levering the back leg up above your head. This is called a T position. You're rocking that leg all the way over your head into a split position. Before we bring our feet together, we want to show the split position perfectly balanced for 2 seconds. 1, 2, and then our feet join together at the top for the handstand. They're going to hold it there for 10 seconds, squeezing the beam as hard as you can with your fingers, pushing up through your shoulders, keeping your tummy tight, squeezing your bottom, your legs, pointing your toes. Count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Split your legs right over the top. Take a big step down. Once you split to step down and your foot sits on the beam, it's very important that you pull your arms behind your ears in that high V position as you lower your back leg to the beam and lift your chest. We're finishing in a lunge position, all of our weight over top of our front foot, squeezing our ears with our arms, making sure our front foot and our back foot are straight. Once we hold that position for 2, we're going to gradually press our arms out to the side in a finished position. 1, 2, and finish. Chin up. Excellent job. This time, we're going to focus on the straight jump. The important part of a straight jump is not only applicable to our jumps, it's very important for our skills. Once we start doing back handsprings, even back walkovers, you have to push through that bottom foot. And of course for back tucks, any type of flipping action. So first things first, stand in the middle of the beam. We're going to do beam feet. Your favorite foot in front, the second foot is behind, but the toes are very close to the front heel, making them align perfectly on the beam. Your arms are going to start down by your sides, nice and straight. Your palms are going to be turned back, and your chin and your chest are up. It's very important that your hips, belly button, shoulders, and nose are all pointing to the end of the beam. From this position, you're going to swing your arms behind you while bending your knees. When we bend our knees, we don't want our shoulders and our chest to lean forward. We want to keep them upright and straight. We're going to swing them up as hard as we can while extending through our legs and pushing through our toes. I want you to visualize and imagine your feet going from a flat position, pushing through every single little tiny muscle through your toes and getting off of your tip of your toe and extending. In the air, you should be reaching straight over your head in a crown position. Your chin is up, you're squeezing your tummy and your bottom. Your legs are straight, your ankles are together, and as you come down, once your feet touch the beam, we are going to plie both knees and keep our tummy tight. As we land with our arms up, we plie our knees, we keep our core tight. We're going to hold the bent knee position for 2 seconds. 1, 2, and then press our arms out for the finish. Open your eyes. This is something you can do for every one of your skills. It's important that you learn how to break down the skill and not rush through it mentally. This type of mental preparation and visualization will help you get through fears, breaking the skill down, and the more that you visualize these skills and being on the apparatus, the more your body recalls it and is able to perform it when you're ready to go back. We still have a little less than a month before we can get back on the bars, vault, beam, and floor. So visualization and actually envisioning yourself and being creative with your thoughts is super important. Let's take 2 deep breaths before we exit this. Breathe in and blow out. One more time. Breathe in and breathe out. For those of you who do not have a beam routine, you're welcome to do visualize straight jumps and handstands and turns, getting on and off the beam, feeling the beam underneath your feet. Those of you who had a routine this last year, I really encourage you to close your eyes and go through the steps that we just did, really imagining your space and doing each skill in your beam routine as many times as you can. I had a fun time today. Make sure you guys are drinking a lot of water, you're getting rest, and you have time to have thoughts for yourself and peace and quiet. I love you all.